And then we can start doing the step-by-step configuration further, what we have done in the previous class. So let me share my screen. Let me know if it is visible. Is it visible, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one more minute. Let me just quickly stop it. I need to share something. Okay, so I will ask something based on our previous class learning, and I will test your knowledge, right? How much you guys know. Very easy questions. Just think about from a examination point of view, and I will see how much you guys have the knowledge, and then we can continue our lectures, right? So let's start our Q&A session, okay? So I hope everyone ready now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So the first questions I'm going to ask you, right? Basically the question and multiple answer is going to be pasted in this particular dashboard, and you guys have to give the correct answer. So probably I will see who having the better understanding. So the first questions I'll put here. This is your first question. Let me just copy it and paste it here. So what is the component of the Cisco SD-WAN is responsible for the centralized management and the configuration of the SD-WAN devices?
vManage, sir.
vManage.
Everyone sure it's a vManage?
Yeah.
What about Mayank, Ramesh, Sabir, Asis?
Yeah, it's vManage.
Yeah, for my understanding, it's a vManage only.
vManage, right? So you guys know like what is the role of the vManage. So the centralized management, if we have to do that, then vManage is the correct answer. Thank you so much, guys, for getting understanding of this particular centralized management. Now let me talk about little bit difficult questions, right? And let me see who is going to answer it. And it's not difficult, but let me see. What is the primary role of the vWAN controller in the Cisco SD-WAN architecture? First option is, just wait. First option is policy enforcement. The second option is secure data plane communication. Third option is orchestrating communication between the vEdge and the vSmart. And third option is managing software update for the vEdge router. Which one is the correct answer for the second question?
Sir, D. Orchestra communication.
Imtiaz saying orchestration and the communication. This one is the correct answer. What were others, guys? We want responsibility. We have done the detailed understanding what the we want, we manage, we smart. So just I'm asking the question based on the controllers right now. So what is the correct answer? One answer I got from that Imtiaz. That is orchestrating communication between the vEdge and the vSmart. Who joined with the name of Samsung? May I know your name, please? Don't mind, please give me your name so I can rename, so I can ask the question to you as well. Who joined from Samsung? May I know your name, please? Okay, what others, guys? Ali, Dipendra, Mayank, Path, Ramesh, Samsung, Sabir, Asis. What is the correct answer?
No, I don't have any idea for this.
Okay. So guys, we discuss about the vBond controller,
So
right?
managing its,
Software update.
yeah, software.
It may be a secure data plane communication because it provides the
No, data plane communication never done by the vBond controller. Data plane always going to happen via the vEdge routers.
vEdge.
vEdge router or the data plane. Policy enforcement is the vSmart. This is also wrong. Managing software is the vManage. This is also wrong. So this is the very close answer. This you just also have to understand what is the elimination criteria, right? So this is not correct. This is not correct. This is not correct because we have the clear answer. Software where we can manage from the vManage. So this is not correct answer. Policy where we can enforce. So we can create the policy on the vManage, enforce from the vSmart. So this is also not answer. Secure data plane communication, that is also from the vEdge or Sage router. That is also not correct answer. So only orchestrating the communication between the vEdge and the vSmart. That is the correct answer because the orchestration is the responsibility of this particular our vSmart device. So cheers for big clapping for the Imtiaz for the correct answer. Thank you so much, Imtiaz. You are the like rock star today. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So both answer you are given the correctly. Probably you guys are in my physical classroom, so I'll attend some chocolate and goodies. But definitely, I'll give you. Now the next question. May I know the Samsung who joined with the name of Samsung? Please let me your name. I can just rename you so I can ask question to you as well. Please, if you're listening to me. I don't know why he is not speaking.
Shubham.
Shivam. Okay. Let me rename Shivam. All right, Shivam. Thank you. So the next question, guys, for you all. Let's enjoy the quiz. The next question is, let me put it here. Which protocol is the primary use for the communicating between SD-WAN controller and the vEdge devices in the Cisco SD-WAN? Again, I'm repeating. Wait. I'll give the like chance, then you give me the answer. The question is, which the protocol is the primary used to communicate between SD-WAN controller. SD-WAN controller, we have the vSmart, vBond, and
It's a
vManage.
DTLS and
router.
TLS.
So we have the BGP, OSPF, IPsec, and DTLS and TLS. Which is the correct answer, guys?
This is
DTLS,
the
TLS.
last
D.
Very
last one.
nice, guys. This is the correct answer because this is the IPsec between the vEdge and vEdge, right? Or vEdge to CEdge. OSPF is not going to work. It's only for the LAN. Means vEdge to your legacy switching or routing environment. BGP can be act as a underlay, but not going to work between the controller. It could be the LAN or might be the underlay protocol. So TLS and DTLS is the right answer. So this is the correct answer. All right, good. So let me move to the next question. And let me see what is the next question. So it's like a little bit tricky again. Who know actually the concept, then only you can answer it. What is the function of the vSmart controller in the Cisco SD-WAN solution? Provide the user interface for the defined management, device management, act as an initial point of the contact for the SD-WAN devices, manages the control plane policy and distribute the routes, monitor the application performance in real time. What is the correct answer?
C, sir. Manage the
C,
control
option
plane
C.
policy.
CC.
Wow, good. Very nice. Imtiaz, you know each and everything. So the correct answer is C. And also I can see Dipendra and other people are just participating very nicely and they're giving the correct answer. Everyone, guys, take motivation, not be demotivated, right? You have to know why I'm asking these questions because I want to simulate your brain also, how your brain is thinking about this particular architecture. Doing learning, understanding the concept, also utilizing your analytical skills to just answer those queries also going to make a lot of sense. So C is the correct answer because how we can eliminate this, providing the user interface device management. This is just vManage. This is vBond, right? Because initial point of the contact for the SD-WAN devices. Monitoring, again, this is the vManage. So this is your correct device, vSmart. Okay. So let me ask the new question. And this time what I can ask, which can be a little bit difficult. Okay, let me ask the easiest one. Imtiaz, probably you can hold. I just want to give the newcomer chance. I'll take a name and then you guys give me the answer. It's a very easy one. So I just want to take the name and I want to see what they're understanding. Not answer it, okay? Unless I take your name. Which controller is responsible for the initial authentication of vEdge devices in the Cisco SD-WAN? Which controller is responsible for the initial authentication of vEdge devices in Cisco SD-WAN? The choice is vSmart, vManage, vBond, vEdge. I will ask Mr. Sabir. What is the correct answer?
vBond.
Very nice. What about Ramesh Sivam? It's a correct or wrong? Ramesh? No idea. What about Ashish? Dipendra? Hirak?
Yeah, it's a vBond, sir.
It is correct.
Yeah, so vBond is the correct answer, guys. Okay. So it's like the initial responsibility for any kind of the device that need to be authenticated in SD-WAN fabric. That responsibility is basically always going for the vBond only, and that is going to responsible to manage each and everything. All right, so let me move to the next question. This is the last question, and let me ask something. Let me see who is remembering. So this is my next question. What is the default port used by the vBond to establish the communication with the VS devices in Cisco SD-WAN and WAN? Which is the default port? Anyone?
12346.
12346, sir.
Very nice, Sabir and Imtiaz. This is the correct answer. So similar, guys, I have a lot of questions. I can ask more than 100 questions, right? Based on the control. Only I ask the question based on the controller. No vEdge, no other concept, policy, template. I just ask for the controller point of view. I just wanted to judge, or might be the understand which level of understanding you have based on the previous labs, previous discussion, and previous kind of the explanations about the controller. So let's move on further, right? And in the previous sessions, we have done a lot of discussion about the controller, and we onboard all the controller. You can see we have the vSmart, we have the vBond, we have the vManage. And these all are successfully onboarded on this our control plane, means control plane on the vManage dashboard. And now it's time to discuss about the underlay and the overlay. And after doing discussion underlay and overlay, we have to start onboarding our vEdge or CS devices. And then we have to do next step, how template policy is going to be configured, how the troubleshooting is going to happen. A lot of things we have to discuss. But to doing this onboarding process for these vEdge devices, CS devices on the SD-WAN for fabric, that is also going to take a lot of time, a lot of understanding you guys required. We have to do the configuration first initially from the CLI, and also we have to done discussion about the GUI. So both way you have to know how my CLI configuration is going to happen step by step, and how my GUI configuration is going to happen step by step, right? So here I'm going to discuss about the underlay versus overlay. So I will give a chance to all of you, right? Overlay versus, just I want to give a chance so you can explain. So what is overlay? What is underlay? Anyone?
Sir,
No.
Sir, underlay, it is a basic IPv4 IPv6 connectivity, and overlay is the it makes connectivity over underlay with the help of our tunneling protocol like IPsec, GRE, DMBPN, GTLS, TLS.
Very good. What about other guys? Any other version? One version I have from the Imtiaz, he's talking is basic IP connectivity is known as the underlay. And if we want to bring any other sort of the connectivity over the underlay, like VPN, GRE, that is going to act as an overlay. This is what he want to say. What other version I have? Might be you have something other to say. Please explain your version.
Just like the overlay provide the just like security and redundancy type, and it's like we can say that overlay work on underlay network. Just like first need to establish the underlay network, and after that we need to work on the overlay network. Just like he said that it's provide a network connectivity. Underlay provide the network connectivity, and overlay provide the security of the network.
Good. Appreciated, Dipendra. Thanks for your contribution. See, guys, try to speak. That is the most important, right? try to simulate your brain to give the real-time answer. Answer could be wrong, could be right. And it cannot be judged during the training and learning phase because I'm instructor. My responsibility is to give the motivation. My responsibility to give the right step to how you can learn the things. And also I have to give the right knowledge. Your responsibility based on your experience, based on your learning, based on your current company environment, you have to try to think about the questions. It could be wrong, it could be right, but at least you try to think. This is how your brain is going to be simulated and brain is going to be activated to just think out of the box. Okay, so thank you so much, Dipendra, Imtiaz. Any other version, guys? What is underlay? What is overlay?
I mean, Vishal, we can say like underlay as physical infrastructure, like it's happening, and overlay as virtual in terms of.
Good. Absolutely. So let me explain, guys. Thank you so much, Sabir, as well. So who all participated, thank you so much. So let me explain in my language what is underlay, what is overlay. So you think about one layman scenario. Let's suppose you have to go from one place to another place. Might be you are in the Mumbai and you want to go in the Pune. So you can go via the air, you can go via the rail, you can go via the road. So just eliminate road and air. I'm not going to, sorry, eliminate road, rail and the air. I don't want to go talk about that. Just think about the road, right? So basically we have the point A and we have the point B. One is the Mumbai, one is the Pune. So we required some sort of the infrastructure, and based on that infrastructure, I can basically travel from one location to another location. So this is your Mumbai, this is your point B is the Pune. So if I need the basic connectivity, that basic connectivity is the very simple kind of the road infrastructure, right? Road infrastructure that might be single highway, both side cars are coming. You cannot run more than 40 kilometer per hour, right? Or might be 30 kilometer per hour. A lot of cuts are there, a lot of markets in between the road, right? A lot of people are driving bicycles, scooters, people are walking on the road. So you cannot go very fast way on the road, right? So it's going to be very complex situation to travel on the road, but still you can reach from A to B location, right? You can reach. Might be you can going to take 10 hours time or might be the 6-hour time to reach from A to B location. More realistic, right? If my road is a bad condition, not very sophisticated road. But what I can do that, if this road is there, I can upgrade this road. So basic infra is there. I know this is my path, right? To reach from A location to B location. So what I'm going to do that, I just use some sophisticated infrastructure or might be latest infrastructure. On top of this, I'm going to bring one of the highway. And this highway is very kind of the latest modern highway where my 10-lane road is going to be there, or maybe 6-lane road is going to be there. One way you can only go from left to right, another from right to left, and you can drive a car up to 100 kilometer per hour or more than per hour. And within the 1 hour, you can reach, or 2 hours, you can reach from Mumbai to Pune. So this is something we build very new thing over the old thing. So that is become your overlay. Means on top of your underlay, under road, you create another road that is the very kind of the latest and which having a lot of flexibility also. Means what kind of flexibility might be, you have the restrooms, you have the restaurant, we have the hotels, we have the petrol pumps. Nobody is going to run on the road. Nobody is going to do the cycling on the road. No market is there. So uninterrupted, you are going to be reached from one location to another location. But making the great highway, still you require the your basic infrastructure, that is your underlay. Make sense, guys? So this is the whole concept of the underlay and overlay. So underlay is basically you have the basic IPv4 or IPv6 connectivity. So this is your underlay, right? And if you are going to bring something on this underlay like IPsec, like GRE, like DMVPN, like you want to bring the lips, right? You want to bring like VXLAN, you want to bring the OMP, DTLS, TLS, these etc. These are basically going to act as an overlay. Means unless you not have the basic IPv4 connectivity. Let's suppose this site and this site have the basic IP connectivity. Just follow this path. Let me use some other color. So these are going to connect from one location to another location. Might be not from this link. Let me. This path are going to be used. Just think about. This is my one path. So by using this path, these two links are going to be connected together. And this could be your IPv4 connectivity or might be the IPv6 connectivity. So you have to make sure this IP, whatever the IP is 172.16, just think about 31 is here, just 31. So 31, 13.33/24. And this is here 172.31.14.4/24. So these must be reachable. These IP must be pinged from point A to point B. If they are going to fail to just communicate together, you cannot build any tunnels on top of this IPv4. So to building the tunnel means you want to build the tunnel from this to this. The first criteria, you have the basic IPv4 connectivity. So this is your known as the underlay connectivity. And once you have the underlay, means you are able to ping both together, and then you are going to form something tunnel. This tunnel is going to known as the overlay connectivity. Right? So we have the underlay and we have the overlay. And based on that, we can make the communication between the device. So what the benefits we are going to get based on the underlay and overlay? So underlay, basically it's the legacy method where we can do the IP connectivity likewise the road. We have the road earlier. We can travel on that road. We can reach from one location to another location, but that road is not like the modern road. My car fuel is going to be too high. My maintenance of car is going to be increased. My driving experience is not going to be good, right? But if it is going to like upgrade on the expressway, then my fuel is going to be saved, my driving experience is going to be very good, my car maintenance is going to be low. So I can save a lot of money, I can save a lot of time, and my journey is also going to be very pleasant. So this is the same way in the technology. If I just go and use the basic IPv4 and IPv6 connectivity to make the communication from branch 1 to branch 2, so it might be have the high latency. It might be not having a lot of flavors to connect my cloud application, my SaaS application, my IoT connectivity, my any kind of the multi-cloud scenario, my security perimeter is not going to be very intact. So those kind of problem is going to be happen throughout this my journey. But if I upgrade to my latest something, that is SD-WAN overlay connectivity, DMVPN, VXLAN, LIPS, right? We have a lot of things are available, IPsec and GRE. So even I have the very basic infrastructure. On top of, I just going to put cherry, and based on that cherry, it is going to be nicely packed, nicely look and feel. And if I'm going to use that nicely packed something new product, that is going to be very, good experience for me as well. So this is the best benefits of going to be happen for this overlay connectivity. Any question here about underlay and about overlay? Or everyone good? Please
No.
let me know.
Yeah, Vishal. Good.
Good, sir, good.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's discuss how we can onboard our VS devices. So now we understand underlay and overlay. So why I explain? Because without this underlay, you cannot bring any overlay connectivity. So in our scenario, because we have already onboarded our controllers, it's time to bring my vEdge devices. Okay, you can see here. So all vEdge devices must be onboarded via your transport. And what is my transport? One transport is my internet. Another transport is my MPLS. Right? So this MPLS, this internet, it must be reachable via the underlay from my branch side to my controller. This is my first prerequisite. If they are reachable from branch to my controller, then only I can think about further overlay connectivity. So basic IP connectivity must be there. Basic IP connectivity must be there, then only I can go further. So right now, if this device SD-WAN want to make the TLS and DTLS tunnel between the controller, so first he should able to ping this controller, means this controller IP must be reachable via static or via dynamic. So one set of internet where the ISP link is terminating, we are going to use the static routing, because internet generally we use the static routing. In that is a using as a underlay protocol, right? Underlay protocol. But in the MPLS, we are going to use dynamic routing protocol. That is my BGP. So here I'm going to use the BGP. So first, let me go and configure the internet. Then we'll discuss about the BGP later stage. So static routing, I hope everyone know that we just have to define the static routing point-to-point configuration, then it is going to happen. So this section, we already done the configuration. This VLAN has been assigned and we have the reachability everywhere. Now we are talking about this internet link extension so that we can make this connectivity. And also we have to make this connectivity. So this also need to be configured. And also we have to extend this link. So this need to be connected. And also we have to extend this link. This need to be connected. This is purely on MPLS, so not required in this scenario. And also we have to extend this link. So all we have to do the configuration. So let me go on this vEdge router. Let me go on the switch first. So this is my DC switch. So I'll open it. This is my DC switch. There is no configuration for this link. I'll open this my internet router as well. And I'll open my vEdge router as well. So let me log in it. So I simply, there is no configuration. See, so I'm putting first time password. So this has been done. You can see there is no configuration. So this is the blank router, no configuration at all. And I have to do the configuration step by step. Okay. And this is my internet router. This is my DC switch. So on DC switch, I have to assign, let's understand the IP schema. So you can see I have this subnet 192.168.192.1.20.0/24. So .2 I can assign here and .1 I can assign here from this subnet. Here I have 192.1.3.0. So .3, because router 3 is here. So .3 I assign here and .1 I assign on this interface. Here I have the 192.1.4.1, 4.0. So .4 I can assign here. .1 I can assign here. Here you can see we have the 192.1.2.0. So .2 I can assign here, right? And .1 I can assign here. Here you can see 192.1.1. So .1 again I assign here and .2 because vEdge1 is there. So 1 I cannot assign, already assigned. So .2 I can assign here. And this link 192.1.11.0. So .1 again I assign here and .6 I can assign here because site 6. So this is how my IP schema is going to work. So all the interface, public internet interface is going to configure on this iNet router. They all are going to .1.1 IP address. Far end, if router vEdge, then .3, 4.4, 5.5, 2.2, 1, I cannot put .1, so I can use .2 only, 6.6. Here I can use .2 because the DC switch, so no need to worry. So I hope you can understand the IP schema as well. So let me do the IP assignment first in my underlay, for my underlay connectivity. So I'm going here and let me go in the configuration terminal. And if I want to assign the IP address on this interface, gig 1/0. So let me go interface gig 1/0. And if I want to assign the IP address, I cannot give the IP address. Why I cannot give? Because a layer 2 port. So on the layer 2 port on the switch, you cannot give the you cannot able to assign the direct IP address. So you have to put the command no switch port. So it's going to become the layer 3 interface. So I did that, and then I go and assign the IP address. It is going to take, and I'll put 192.1.20.2, 255.255.255.0. Let me show you. This is the same IP address. See, 1.22 here I have assigned, and I'll put a no shut. So this has been done. My configuration has been done on this interface. Now I'll go in the iNet router. And here I'll just go and change the host name. And I'll just put it here, iNet. And I'll put the internet. This is my internet. So my interface is G0/1. So I'll go interface gig 0/1. And here I'll assign the IP address 192.1.20.1, 255.255.255.0. No shut. So once I assign the IP address, I'll ping my switch. I'll check that whether this link is up and working or not. So point-to-point connectivity, I'll check here. So I'll go here and I try to run do ping 192.168.20.2. So it should be reachable. Then we can confirm yes, point-to-point link is working fine. Sorry, I put the wrong IP address. It should be 1.20, not 168. So this is the reason it's not pinging. So let me correct it. So see, now I'm able to ping. So my first point-to-point has been configured. Now let me go and configure this because I have to onboard this router. So first I have to make sure underlay connectivity should be there. So I am just onboarding my point-to-point circuit, then I'll make the underlay connectivity. So I'll go on this interface GE0/0 and I configure 192.1.3.1 on this router. So I'll go here on the interface, and on this interface, what I can do that gig 0/0, and I'll put the IP address 192.1.3.1, 255.255.255.0, and I'll put no shut. Okay, and do right. So this has been done on this interface. So let me show you. Wait. So if I just go here, swipe enter brief, you see I have the 192.1.3.1. I configure on this interface. Now I'll go on the VS3 router, and after going in the VS3 router, I'll do the configuration on this interface GE0/0. So I'll go in the VS3. I can go in the configuration. Now you guys tell me which interface I have to go, means how I can go do the configuration. I can directly go and configure the interface, or I have to do something special here.
In VPN 0, sir. We have to
In
go
VPN 0, right? Very important because we are configuring the transport, and transport always going to configure under the VPN 0 WAN interfaces, right? So if I want to configure some IP address on this interface, so interface itself is not going to take IP address. There is no option you can go and define the interface. There is no option. So what you can do that you have to go in the VPN 0. Then you have to go in the interface. Then it will take the IP and all. So interface, what interface I'm going to use? GE0/0. So GE0/0, and I put the IP address like 192.168, sorry, 1.3.3/24. And what else I have to do is definitely I have to make no shut. And guys, if I'm going to create my any WAN interface, so on that interface, I have to enable some services, right? Because those interface must be allow the tunnel, right? Means tunnel services. Which tunnel services we have? That should be your TLS or DTLS. That should be also allowed. And also this interface, because vEdge router transport must be able to communicate for the IPsec and GRE tunnel. So you also have to enable encapsulation, right? Encapsulation for IPsec or GRE tunnel, right? And also you have to allow services if you want to allow like DNS, you want to allow like DSCP, you want to allow for the FTP, you want to allow for the BGP, so better you can do allow services specific, or you can put the all, right? So this kind of the configuration also you have to do that. So if you see in the lab guide also for the vEdge configuration, and if you go for the interface, so we must have to define the tunnel interface. This tunnel interface configuration allow you to build the TLS and DTLS tunnel. If I'm not going to define, it will not bring the TLS and DTLS tunnel. So I'm doing the configuration while doing the underlay configuration, because interface level you should know whenever going to configure any of the WAN interface, this kind of the configuration must be required. Also, you have to define which kind of the encapsulation you want to use. It's a GRE IPsec. And also there is a color concept. So I'll discuss what is a color concept. And also we have to do the allow services. Then your services will be going to be allowed. So let me do, and I'll discuss what is the color. Okay. So you can understand each and everything. So here I will make this interface a tunnel interface. Okay. We have a lot of things. So I'll discuss, and then I'll make the encapsulation. So basically we are going to build the IPsec tunnel between the branch to branch. So I'll put the IPsec, right? And now we have the option. Let me put the allow services, all services I want to allow. And now we have the option for the color. So what is the color? Anyone know about what is the color? Any participant want to discuss about the color?
Differentiating between the
differentiate the routes, sir.
routes.
Differentiate the routes.
Differentiate the route. Okay, very nice. What others?
I mean, differentiating between, if you have MPLS, it should be something like, you can differentiate the color between the internet and the MPLS like that.
Difference the transport, right? This is what you want to make a point, Sabir?
Yes.
Like MPLS, internet. What else, guys? Any other?
Yeah, basically, so color is a unique identification of the any ISP terminating on your WAN circuit.
Identification
Of any ISP terminating on your WAN network.
Of any ISP terminating on WAN router, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good. What else, guys? Any other version? What is my color?
Just like sir, yes, just like I think Imtiaz just right said that it is to differentiate between the different transport. Just like it may be MPLS or internet. It is right, sir.
Very nice. So thank you so much, guys. So basically, the first one, we can ignore first one, right? Rest, these two are very close. Basically, differentiate that means the transport like MPLS and internet, right? This is the most like accurate answer. And also this unique identification of any ISP termination on the WAN router. This is also equally important. So both are the very close and almost 100% right? So if I talk about the color is, let's suppose you have the WAN router here. So this is the WAN edge router. So this is your vEdge router. This vEdge router, we are terminating one circuit. This is your MPLS circuit, right? One circuit you are going to terminate. Let's suppose you are going to terminate. This time is a internet circuit. And let's suppose you want to terminate another circuit. Here is another MPLS circuit, MPLS 2 circuit. Let's suppose this might be your Airtel, and this might be Verizon, and this might be from the border, right? These are different ISP. So how vEdge will come to know which circuit belong to which ISP, or how they are going to differentiate this is the MPLS 1, this is the MPLS 2, and this is internet router. So router will only going to identify the different circuits which is terminating on the router from the different ISP based on the color. So color is rightly said by unique identification of your WAN transport. So based on the color, you are going to uniquely identify. So if I just go and find the definition, so you are going to find here some definition as well. What is Cisco SD-WAN color? Right. So your let me open like this one. So TLOC color, we'll discuss what is TLOC, but TLOC color is logical abstraction to identify specific WAN transport that connect to the WAN edge router. Simply, like we have the different WAN, right? And I want to identify the WANs, right? So my color is going to play a very vital role. If there is no color, I cannot identify my WAN. So simple definition we have. Okay. So whenever I'm going to define the color, right, I have to make sure one color should be one transport. That should be not be for different transport. Even you're going to configure, router will throw in the error. So in this scenario, let's suppose I'm going to select the one color here, public IP. Let's suppose this is the internet. So this is the public IP, public color, not IP. And I cannot configure the same color on this interface. If I go and configure, it will throw an error. So I have to make sure this interface should have the unique color. This should have the unique color. So because we are talking about the internet, so we are going to take a color as a public internet, and here we are going to take as the MPLS. Okay, this is the third one. So we'll take the vEdge internet. So we'll configure later stage. So now we are good. Let me just go again and let me do the configuration. So here I can see a lot of colors are here. So some color are categorized for the internet like 3G, vEdge internet, blue, bronze. These are for the internet. Even public internet for the, you can use red, silver, you can use for the internet. Rest private one is for the MPLS, private 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. MPLS is also color. Metro Ethernet you can use. LTE, gold, red. This can be used for your private or public both, right? So now my circuit is internet, so I'll use my color as a public internet. That's all. So now my configuration has been done. If I show configuration, what configuration I make? So I just put the interface. I'll put the tunnel interface, and also I'll put the color, right? But I didn't define any IP as well. So let me define the IP as well, guys. So here I'll go and interface, sorry, IP address, and I'll give the 192.1.3.3/24. Let me commit. Let me show what is the configuration. Show run VPN 0 under VPN 0. So we done this configuration. So let's review the configuration. What we have done. So in this configuration, we go on the VPN 0. We go on the interface. We define this IP address. Now we define one of the tunnel interface. Now we say this interface is going to part of the IPsec. We define the color as a public internet. We allow the services all. These are the default configuration, but it will take in automatically. You don't have to do anything. And this interface should be no shut. So now let me check whether my point-to-point circuit is pinging or not. So I can ping from this to this. So we'll check that it is working or not. Simply go here and try to ping my ISP interface. So say it is pinging, means we have the connectivity between this and between this. This is okay. This is okay. But end of the day, this router must be reached to this vManage, vBond, vSmart, and root CA. Then only our end-to-end like underlay connectivity is going to be through. So how can I make the connectivity? Any suggestion via static route? How can I make the connectivity? What I can do on this router as a routing configuration. So he will connect to this device. This device, what configuration is going to require? This device, what configuration is going to require? This device, what configuration is required? This device, what is going to require? Backward and forward kind of the reverse and forward routing point of view via the static route. Any suggestion?
Sir,
Just
we
thinking
have,
of the design point of view.
sir, from BS3, we have to give a default route towards internet.
Default route toward the internet. Very nice. So this is you are talking, right?
Yes, sir.
Under the VPN 0. So it will send all packet to this router. Then after, once the packet will reach,
On the iNet
we
router,
have
we
to
have to configure the static route towards
the
DC
static
switch.
route for
The destination
public
subnet
IP.
123.10.10/24. And the
So-
next hop will be 10.1.20. What you have configured, like 1 or 2.
20.2.
Yes.
very nice. This is going to be configured on the iNet.
Mhm.
Okay. So your packet will come here, it will reach
Yeah.
here, it will throw back to here. And then
Exactly.
after
There
manage,
should
we
be
have
a
already default route,
You
right?
already
default
configured,
route.
na, sir? Is it
We
like
are
that?
already configured.
We already configured default route
Yes, yes.
pointing for this 123.10.10.1.
1. Yeah.
So anything required here in
Yes,
switch?
sir. There will be a default route as well here towards
So
internet.
default route pointing to where?
Internet, I think. 192.1.20.1.
Very nice. So this is, guys, how the forward and reverse routing is going to happen. So we have to think, let's suppose this VS3 is want to communicate. So first we have to give the last gateway of resort. That is my default route. So it will throw any communication to this VH3 to iNet. Then iNet will further check the route because we want to go on the 123. So we have to put a static route because there is no dynamic toward this DC switch. This DC switch, this network is directly connected. So it will throw packet to this vEdge and vBond and vSmart. These already have the default route we configured initial stage pointing toward this switch. So it will put the reverse packet. Now reverse packet will come here. It will check where the source is 192. So there is no route. So we use the default route. It will point again packet to this router. And here it's directly connected, so it will reach to particular this destination. This is how your basic static routing, forward and reverse routing is going to work. What you can do, if you don't understand this, just do one thing. Let me make your life simplified. You connect one router here. Just think this is the VS3. Okay. This is your iNet. Right. This is your homework who not understand. This is your switch, right? L3 switch. Just think about. And this is your one, take the vManage. Just take any router, okay? Configure this IP address 192.1.3.0/24. Same way you configure, same way we configure network, same way you configure it. Now you try to make the end-to-end connectivity by the static route. This is your lab practice for CCNA level, right? So if you not understand what I have done, so you have to make this lab practice in your GNS3 or might be the packet tracer to make sure how the forward reverse routing is going to happen between the 4 routers. Then you're completely going to understand what is happening here in this particular 4 router. Same all 4 router, just topology is little bit in drawing like the V shape, right? Here you just have the linear shape. So let me do that configuration on my VS3. So I will go here in the VS3 and first I will go and define the default route. So default route definition is going to be under which VPN?
VPN 0, sir.
Yes, because you can always go in the VPN 0 because we are configuring the transport. So I'll put the IP route 0.0.0.0 and the next hop would be my 192.1.3.1. This is done. Okay. And I'll simply commit it. Still, if I'm trying to ping 123, it is not going to ping. It is not working, host unreachable. Because your packet is coming from this and reaching to this, but this is not having any route. So we just have to go on this particular internet router and we just have to define the 123 subnet route as well. So if you just check it, so IP route, there is no route available. So I will go in the configuration. I'll just define the IP route 123.10.10.0 255, 255, 255, 0. And what is my next hop? 1.20.2 and then my job has been done. But still I will not able to ping. Let me show you. Because we have missing the reverse route from the DC switch. See, still not reachable. Because the packet come from here, it will reach here, it will go here. But DC doesn't have any reverse traffic to go to this VH3 or iNet. So I'll go on the DC switch again and show you the routing. Show IP route. And this you can find any kind of the routing. So you just go in the configuration and just write the IP route. Again, the default routing will do that. And I'll just put that 0.0.0. And this time I'll use the 192.1.20.1. And I'll just do right. Once I had done it, because we manage already have the default route. Let me show you, because we configured already. See, this having a means default route already. Even go the root C also. vBond also having a similar default route. Show run VPN 0. Sorry, show run. So you're going to find let me check in this way. Oh, this one not having default route. So we cannot ping right now. If I just ping, let me ping to see it will start pinging to my DC switch. Let me ping to the vManage. See, vManage is pingable, right? vSmart, it is also pingable. They have the default route. vBond also, vSmart, vBond also pingable. But what the root C 13 IP address, it's not pinging because this doesn't have the default route. So let me configure default route. It also required to underlay connectivity from the router to. So this is also done. So now my job has been done, right? Once my job has been done, what next? Let me just do the do right. And you see that this vEdge is start pinging. So our goal has been achieved. This is our underlay. So we just bring our underlay connectivity between here to here. We all underlay connectivity has been built, right? Via basic static routing. So whatever we have done, this is known as the underlay connectivity. So without underlay connectivity, we cannot form the overlay connectivity. So now it's time to do the overlay connectivity configuration, means onboarding of the vEdge router on the SD-WAN fabric. And then your overlay is going to come in a picture. Okay. Any doubt here in the underlay connectivity? Anyone have any specific question who not understand anything in this entire concept? Please feel free to ask to me. I will try to take your question. I will try to make you like correct concept why it is working in this way. No questions, right? So let's move in the next stage to just build the overlay connectivity. So how the overlay connectivity is going to build? So already on this interface, we done some sort of the configuration. That is my tunnel configuration. We allow it. That is the part of the overlay. We enable the IPsec. Also, we allow the services. These three things we have done. Most of the things, right? Whenever you just go and do any configuration, the first thing, the certification is going to be required. So certification must be done via the root CA. Means root CA must be issued the certificate, and that is going to install in this particular vEdge router. Once we have the certifications, after that, we can further onboard the device on the control plane. So let me do the certification part, because we know that if I want to onboard any device, that must be first authenticated with the vBond. And how vBond is going to authenticate? Based on your serial number, based on the certificate. And who is going to issue the certificate? If you are going to purchase directly the box from the Cisco or Viptela, they will give the inbuilt TPM chip. We have the Avnet signed certificate under the TPM chip, or they are going to trust it by semantic root CA. They are the option by default available, or I can use my enterprise root CA to generate my certificate, and that is going to install my devices. So we are here using the enterprise root CA, and that is going to issue the certificate, and that is going to install my vEdge router. And then based on that, it is going to be further authenticated and validated by V1 devices. Then only it is going to be onboarded. Okay. So let me do that. So if I go on the lab guide, guys, so see, this is my lab guide. We have to do the system-wise configuration, definitely. We have to enable some BGP. We'll see how later on BGP will enable. So right now, I'm not going to do that. Now also we have the interface level configuration, which we have done just for the internet. We are not touching for the MPLS one. We'll do the MPLS later on. So one transport we have done. And based on this one transport, we are trying to onboard this device on the SD-WAN fabric. And we test the ping connectivity where my ping is working. I'm able to reach the controller. So this all is fine because already we tested the based on the connectivity. Now we have to install the certificate because my root CA is accessible. So you can see now able to ping the root CA. So I can go in the vShell again. And after going in the vShell, you have to use the TFTP because root CA already we configured with the TFTP server and all. So TFTP -G -R. And you just have to put the PKI dot CA 123.10.10.13. So this has been done. And if you just run the command ls-l, you see your certificate has been copied. Same thing it is written in the lab guide. You just have to go in the vShell and you just have to go and put -TFTP -G -R. This is just copy certificate from the root CA and just put the IP address, and this has been done. Now you have to exit and you have to install this certificate by running this command require search and install, and you just have to give the directory to the home admin and the certificate name. That is the same certificate name. So what I can do, I can exit from here, and after exit, I'll just paste the command which I copy. Let me copy again, and it is not pasting. What I can do that, I can go here and just paste in the text input. Control Alt, and here I can paste. It is going to paste. So once I paste, see my certificate has been fully installed. So my job has been done. Certification part, one step we completed. Now what I have to do that in the GUI, when I was onboarding for the vManage, vSmart, and vWand, we have to generate the CSR. I explained 3 steps to complete the certification. I given the example for the passport. So how passport it is going to issue? The first step, you have to download the passport form. Means you have to take the appointment, download the form. Then you have to fill the form, right? After filling the form, you have to visit the passport office based on the appointment. They will validate your document, fill the form, and then finally they will issue the passport. So this is how step is going to happen. Same thing here it is going to happen. First, you get the certificate, means you get the form, an appointment from the root CA, and based on that, you just fill your form based on that information. Then you just generate the CSR based on that fill information. And then finally, your CSR is going to be signed by the root certificate authority to get the final certificate. The same step we are going to doing here. And that's why we have to upload our CSR request to just sign this. So I'll just go and run this command to generate the CSR. And based on that, I'll just go here and paste it. And it is just going to generate my CSR. So I'll just enter, and it is asking what is my organization name. I'll put the lab. This is my organization name. It is asking re-enter organization name. So we are using the lab. So I'll just enter again reorganization and see my CSR has been generated. So once my CSR has been generated, what next? I have to go right in vShell, right? ls-l, you are going to find this is your CSR, right? So if you have this CSR, you just go and run the more CSR. You just have to get the file of the CSR. So let me go here and just run the more CSR to just get the file information. More CSR.txt. This is the file name. So we'll get the certificate. This is certificate, and this is the filled form. Now what we have to do that we just have to carry this filled form, and we just go and do updation on the we can do the like copy and paste and get the authenticated from the my basically we manage root CA dashboard. So let me go in the root CA and I just get this signed. So how can sign the root CA? So let me copy, right? And I'll go in this particular root C. You just have to use the Control Shift Alt together. And then you're just going to text input. You paste it here. Now your request has been pasted. You put enter, and then after you just have to copy your certificate from this VH3. Carefully copy the certificate. And after copy, it's already copied. Just go again in this particular root CA and paste it here. Right. So this has been done. Now let me get out from Control Alt Delete, Control Shift Alt, and I'll just enter and I'll write the quit. So you see, I have get the granted final certificate. You can see. So now this is my final certificate. What I have to do, I have to go and install this certificate in my vEdge, right? So let me go here, and how can I install? To install this certificate, you have to use some certain command. So you just have to go this vEdge and you have to run this command cat and this one. So just copy it, go here in the vEdge, and let me go and paste it. Sorry. Let me go here and try to paste it here. And after paste, you just press enter and then you just copy the certificate. See, it is written everything. Just copy this. And then after copy, just press enter and just put the granted certificate information. So similar, the granted certificate information is available in the root CA. So I will carefully copy it. And now I'll go in the vEdge. I'll paste in this small window. So now my certificate has been pasted. What I have to do that, I'll get out from this window and follow the instruction. It is written here, like after pasting, you have to put enter and then you have to exit. So hit 2 times enters and you can just exit from there. So let me put 1 enter, 2 enter, and we are all in the exit. And I can put again exit. So my certification has been done. If you want to check, let me go again and show this certificate. vCell ls-l, and you just run the command more. This is my certificate. And this is my final certificate. And this is my certificate, which I just JDTJ. So this certificate we installed. So now we get the final certificate. Now this device need to install this final certificate. So just final verification. So I'll just go on my switch and I will run this command. Request certificate install this command. I'll just put it. Make sure you use the same certificate name. So I can just go here and put the request install request. We have the command request certificate install. Request certificate install home admin. And this is my file name is cert.txt, right? You can just validate it. So we are just going in home admin short.txt. This is my directory. And I can install. See, my certificate has been finally installed. So now I have my certificate serial number, right? So once I have the certificate serial number, based on that, I can just do some kind of the next step. So let me go and do that. How the check my certificate. So show certificate serial. I'll find this certificate serial. So you have the unique chassis number, use unique serial number. Just copy and paste it. Let me paste it. And now go in the lab guide. Here one of the formats. So after running this command, you just get this certificate serial number. Now you just have to use this format because you have to tell this certificate to the vManage and vBond. yes, this device having this certificate. So next time when they are going to come for the verification, they will validate you. And based on the validation, they will allow to enter in the fabric. So this is my certificate. So my certificate serial number is 6. So I leave the 6 as it is, but chassis number is different. So I'll just change the chassis number from here. I'll just copy this chassis number carefully. Control C, and I'll just go and paste it here. Control V. Once you've done this certificate, what you have to do that you just have to copy this command and you have to go on the vManage and the vEdge. So let me go here and I will just paste it. I know a little bit is a complex process, but we have to do that. There's no choice. So I have done this. Also, you have to go and give this information to the vBond as well, because we are not having the automatic way to validation. We are doing everything manually. So we have to do this way. If we have the real environment, probably it will go automatically. You don't have to do that much copy paste work. So I have done this also. So this has been pasted on the both location. Now we'll see what does means next go in the vManage and configuration and certification part to send to the controller. So we smart still don't know about this certificate, about this serial number, about this VH3. So still this is not available on the fabric. You can see my VH is still not available on the fabric. We have done the certification. Certification has been installed. Certification has been informed to the vManage. It has been informed to the vBond for the authentication, but still it is not making any connection. Why? Most important thing, guys, whenever you want to do any kind of the fabric onboarding, you have to do minimum configuration after certification. And that, what is the minimum configuration? We have to do that, everyone? System-wise configuration. Okay. So in this system-wise configuration, you have to define 5 tuples. Clear? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure.
So system-wise configuration we have to define. In this system-wise, we don't define any system-wise configurations. That's why even you can check here, you have done everything and show control connection. It is not going to build, because we don't have any system-wise configuration. So we just have to go in the configuration and system configuration. I would request in a lab, always do the system-wise configuration in the last, not in its list stage. Okay. So first you complete all certification. Once certification has been done, certificate has been installed, underlay is fine. First underlay is fine, then certificate is done. You install the certificate, copy the certificate on the vManage, vBond in the same format. You have to use the same format, right? Request to add VS, chassis number, whatever I have written here. Then you just go and last and define your system configuration. So in system configuration, the host name is my VH3. Organization name is lab. Site ID is 3. System IP is 10.3.0.1. Let me check. This is the correct one. Yes, this is the correct one. What is the last one we left?
vBond, sir.
vBond detail. This is the most important. Without this, it will never going to initiate the connection. So 123.10.10.11. So this is my vBond, right? So I'll go and enter and show configuration. You just check it. So we done this 5 tuple configuration. Host name, site ID, organization name. It has been taken or not? Organization name is given, right? So it should show also organization name. Okay, by default, it was replicated, so it's not showing. So commit, but it is going to show in the running configuration. Show run system. See, so we have the organization name here. We have the vBond and everything. So now we are good. And if I just try to check show control connections, so it will try to form the control connection. And you can see right now control connection has been up. Very quickly, the control connection has been up without any delay, because we have the proper underlay connectivity. And based on the underlay connectivity, we build the overlay connectivity. Once we build the overlay connectivity, right? Let me use this pen. So once we build, the connection has been established. We can see some kind of the private IP. We can see some peer IP. We have the vBond IP. We have the vManage IP, right? vBond and vBond is showing 0.0 because it's a temporary connection. So it will never show you the IP address, but vManage is showing your actual system IP address. And this is working via your public transport, right? This is your transport. So let me see whether this vEdge is available on this particular dashboard or not. So let me go here and see. Now we onboarded one of the WAN edge controller. So now my one site has been successfully onboarded. Clear to everyone this onboarding process, because we have to repeat, even not clear, I will repeat the same process for these all site location, and we have to do it manually one by one. So one onboarding has been done. Next, we have to onboard vEdge4, vEdge1 and vEdge2, right? Shall we do that?
Sir, one question. Sir, please tell me why the system configuration should be completed on last. What is the reason? I think the before certification, host name is required. Just like मैंने थोड़ा पुराना प्रोजेक्ट था उसमें मैंने देखा था, पहले आप host name डालते हैं, इसके बाद certificate
you can do that. You can do that in productions, right? There is no prerequisite you have to do in the last. In this lab, because it's the virtualization environment, right? When you do the system-wise configuration, there is a bug in this particular. If you're going to copy the certificate, sometime it will not allow to copy the configuration if you've done the system configuration. This is just a bug, nothing more. It's a lab bug. Okay. But you can do initial state system IP configuration. But if you do in initial in this lab, so might be certificate copy will create a problem. It will keep showing timeout, timeout. So it's a very struggle for me when I was designing this lab. Lot of problem, lot of research we have done, and then we come to know like system IP, system-wise configuration we have to do in last, right? Just to complete the lab. If you do the first, it will sometimes it's work, but sometimes get a problem. People keep facing the issue. So we just eliminate this part in the last stage, just to complete the rest certification part. Then you can do the system IP. No major challenge going to happen. Okay.
No.
All right, guys. So let's onboard the vEdge4. So I will need you guys help to just do this configuration. Okay. I am a little bit tired, so you just help me to complete this configuration. Okay. Because I want to be a little bit lazy. I want your view how it is going to happen. So what I have to do the first thing to onboard this vEdge4? Tell me.
Assign the IP address on the interface.
This interface IP and this interface IP.
Exactly.
Okay, let me do that. Thank you for helping me. So let me go on the vEdge. Which VPN I need to go?
VPN 0.
VPN 0.
VPN 0. And let me check the interface. This is G0/0. And the IP address, let me do for you all 192.1.4.4/. What next? No shut definitely required. What next?
Allow services, sir.
Allow?
All services.
Not working.
Tunnel, sir. Tunnel interface.
Oh, tunnel interface. Okay, tunnel interface. Okay, then
Allow services.
okay, done. What next?
Encapsulation.
Which one?
IPsec.
What next?
Color.
Which one?
Public.
Anything else?
No, done.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Show run VPN 0.
Make sure the route.
Route, yes. Mostly route is also required. So VPN 0, we require the default route.
Default route.
So that is going to point. Okay, commit. Done?
Done, sir.
Let me go on the internet. Internet. We have this one. right? To show IP interface brief, which is the interface that is G0 by 2. Okay. So interface gig 0 by 2, IP address 192.1.4.1, 255, right? 255.0. No shit. Let me ping whether I have to do the ping pong. Yes, it's pinging. So now guys, just tell me, do I need to do any other configuration? It's done.
It's done, sir.
Everyone understand? Means we not require any other routing, right?
We have already routed the policy subnet.
Yes. So already we have done the rest of the configuration because forward reverse routing and DC switch and here for the whole subnet. So just IP assignment is fine. And just default route here, it is going to solve our purpose. Let me ping here. Let me go in the VH4 and try to ping whether I have the controller reachability or not. So I'll ping 123.10.10.1 DC switch, we can reachable, right? We manage, we have the reachability. We bond, we have the reachability. We smart, we have the reachability. Root CA, we have the reachability. So we have the all reachability, no problem at all. So everything is working fine. So now we have the underlay reachability. Then we have to copy the certificate again. So we have to go in the vShell, right? And we have to use the TFTP -G -R. We have to give the certificate name pki.ca 123.10.10.13. And if you just check ls-l, certificate has been done. If you want to see the certificate, you just run this command. This will show the certificate. So what you have to do that, you just have to install the certificate similar way what we have done in the previous stage. You just go here and you have to request root search and install. Let me just write this command. Request root search and install home admin, and I just put the pki.ca. This has been installed. Certificate has been installed. Now we have to generate the certificate, means CSR. So we'll run the, request CSR upload. Request CSR upload. And this time I'll use the home admin, and we just have to give the csr.txt file name, right? Make sure you just follow this particular command, right? You can put any name, but just make the meaningful name, right? So I'll just request CSR upload. Directly could be /home or home/, it both are going to work, no matter. And I'll just use the lab organization name. I re-enter and my certificate CSR has been generated, right? If you go in the vShell and if you just run the more csr.txt, you're going to find this certificate. Now you just have to get this signed certificate from the which device? Which device I need to sign the certificate?
See,
Root CA, right? So you just have to go in the root CA because you have the certificate. And I will just go in the root CA. Let me go here and I will just copy this command. Okay. So I will go here and this is my root CA. And let me go here and I will just go this small window, paste it. And then I'll go in this certificate and I'll just copy this certificate from here. Right. So let me go and grant this certificate. So I'll enter wait. And I will wait for a while. I will get the granted certificate. So now I have the granted certificate. So what I have to do next, I just copy this certificate on this vEdge4 router. So I'll just copy this. I'll go in the vEdge4, right? I will use this small window. I have to go in the vShell first. And I will just paste this, my command. And this command has been pasted. And I will go in this, my root CM. I will copy it. I will go here I will paste it. So I will hit enter, and the certification has been done. Now I just have to install this certificate by this command. Okay. So you just follow the lab guide step by step because you understand each and everything, and you run the command show certificate serial number. So certificate serial. So you get this new certificate serial number. Just copy it. Just go there and paste it here, right? Just copy it again, new line. One thing I forgot to explain. Let me explain you again. And so I'll put the 7 number and I'll just replace this certificate chassis number as well. So I will copy this one and I will just carefully replace this chassis number. So I will copy it carefully again. After copy, I'll go in the vBond and I will go in the vBond. I'll paste this one. Okay. So I'll go here and I just paste it. This has been done. I'll go in the vManage as well. I will do the same thing. I will go in the text input. I'll paste it. Sorry. Paste it. So this has been also done. Now my certification has been done, but still this one not having a shows control connection. So what is missing right now, guys? On this VH4, what is missing? What configuration is missing to bring the control connection?
System-wise configuration.
System-wise configuration, right? The system configuration, host name, right? So we have the host name is a VH4, system IP, v10.4.0.1, site ID for organization name, we have the lab, and what is missing? Last one, vBond detail is 123.10.10.11. Done, commit. So now you see that show control connection again. You see again we have the control connection, but one thing is missing here. You can see what is missing. We have the vBond, we have the vManage.
vSmart, sir.
Why not vSmart is saying? Showing
We have to push, sir.
huh?
We have to push from.
Yes. So basically vSmart is missing from this particular list, right? And because this vSmart is so just give me 1 minute. So it was basically not still vSmart is still not know about this vEdge router, right? So that's why even you check the show OMP pair, right? Show OMP pair, it will not going to form any OMP connections, right? Even go in the vEdge. Why we need the OMP? Anyone know? Why OMP? No knowledge, right? Let's first say this
Yeah, OMP is for vSmart, tunnel between vSmart and the vEdge.
Yes, so OMP is routing protocol that is going to work between, already we discussed, but let me recap it. These are the routing protocol. And if you want to get any route informations from vSmart to any vEdge router, then OMP protocol must be there. And this OMP can be run between the vEdge, CEdge to vSmart, means vSmart to vEdge or vSmart to CEdge, both way it is going to work. And between the vSmart, not between the vEdge to vEdge and CEdge to CEdge or cross, either not going to, just going to work from a smart to edge and between the smart. This is my OMP routing protocol. Okay. So now this OMP is not forming because last step is still missing. We have to go on the vManage GUI and we have to send the certification information to the controller. So what I have to do that, I have to go here, certificate, and we have the vManage list. We just have to send on this command. We have to click on this command. Once we do that, the certification information is going to send to the vSmart and they will further bring your OMP tunnels. So just wait for 1 minute. And also it is going to form the TLS and DTLS tunnel. So let me show you again. See, OMP has been formed, and you see your vSmart also formed the TLS tunnel. Go here again and run this OMP command. This OMP has been ready, and this also your vSmart, vBond, and vManage connection has been ready. So everything is fine for the vEdge 3 and 4. Okay, guys, clear? Let's do onboarding for the vEdge 1 and 2. Can you give me 1 minute? Just give me 1 minute. Okay. I'm just coming 1 minute. So guys, let's start onboarding the vEdge 1 and vEdge 2 as well, because 2 vEdge already we onboarded on this particular fabric. Now it's time to onboard 2 more via the public internet. And tomorrow we'll try to see for the MPLS 1. So let me just go quickly and do a start onboarding for the vEdge 1 and vEdge 2 as well. So let me start these 2 devices. Same process is going to happen. It's very easy now because we know what is the step-by-step approach we have to follow, or I can say structured approach. That's a more appropriate word, because without a structured approach, you won't be able to achieve these labs, right? So first thing, I will go on this particular vEdge router and configure the IP on this interface G0x0. Okay. So I'll quickly go here, and I know you guys already know. So config T VPN 0 interface G0x0. I can go and assign the IP address 192.1.1.2/24. I'll put the no shut. I'll make the tunnel interface allow services all, encapsulation IPsec color. I'll put the public internet, and I'll get out from here, and I'll put the IP route 0.0.0/0, and it is going to be 192.1.1. I'll just make the commit, and let me check. I have the, and okay, I just have to configure the internet interface also. So let me go and configure in one go these 2 interfaces. One is 0x3 and 0x4. Okay, so let me configure these 2. So internet gig 0x3 IP address 192.1.1.1 255.255.0 no shut. Another interface gig 0x4. We are configuring for the another connectivity for the vEdge2 192.1.2.1 255.255.0 no shut. Right, so do right. I'm assuming you guys know what I'm doing, right? Because we have done for the 2 routers. So I'm just quickly configuring these 2 interfaces. So now we're done for this internet point of view. See, like we have the multiple IP from scratch. We have done the configuration like these all interfaces. So let me go on the vEdge 1 again and try to ping 192.1.1.1 should be reachable. And I should be able to ping my controller as well. Let me ping. So we have the connectivity. We have the connectivity for the manage, bond, smart, and root CA. So what do you have to do that? We have to go in the vCell, right? We just have to run the command tftp -g-r pki.ca, and we have to put this IP ls-l. We have the certificate. We exit from here. We can just go and copy and paste some command. Same thing to just install the certificate. So we have done this one. So I'll simply go and I'll just install this certificate. This installation done, right? What next? I have to generate the CSR. So I will go and put this command, and it is going to put the lab is my org name. CSR is generated. Once generated the CSR, I have to check my CSR in going in the vShell, right? So I simply go in the vShell again. Let me go here in the vShell. And I will just go and put this CSR. Now I have to get this signed CSR from my root CA. So I will just copy this. And after copy, I'll go on this particular root CA. Let me go here and I will just paste it. Right, so I'll paste it and I will just copy this certificate carefully. And I will go on the root CA. Paste this. Enter, quit. You are going to get the final certificate, granted certificate. So you have to copy this granted certificate and paste on the vEdge one. How we can copy? By running this command, cat, and you just have to use these samples. Just copy and paste. Don't use your brain, because if you're going to use your brain, then it is going to be not copy and paste. So just use, and these are the Linux command. So you just go and paste it here. And after that, you just put enter and copy the granted certificate carefully from here. And after copy, you just have to go on the vEdge one and paste it from here, right? So I will done, and we have the final certificate, right? So we just have to install this certificate because we have the final certificate. So you just have to run this command. And based on this command, this certificate is going to be installed without any error, I'm assuming, right? So see, the certificate has been installed. So you just run the command, so certificate serial. And this is going to give the serial number. I just have to copy this serial number again. I have to go in the notepad and I will just paste it here. So let me do for the same thing for the vEdge2, and I'll just make the one go for these two live. Okay. So this certification has been done. Let me go on the vEdge2 now. So vEdge2 again, I have to go interface. I will bring the underlay connectivity. So underlay connectivity is on GE0 by 0. Let me go interface GE0 by 0, IP, sorry, VPN 0, and interface GE0 by 0. IP address is 192.1.2. What I will have to use? 2, right? /24. No shut. Tunnel interface, allow services all, color, public internet, encapsulation. I have to use IPsec. I will get out from here, and I'll just configure the one of the default route also, which having the next hop is 1.2.1. I'll make the commit. And after making commit, I will check I have the controller connectivity or not. Should have. See, I'm able to reach the DC switch, the vManage, vBond, vSmart, and we are reachable to the root CS. So all connectivity are good. So we'll go again the vShell and we just copy the certificates TFTP -G-R. We can go with the pki.ca. This is my certificate name. I'll put the IP address. That is my IP. We have the certificate ls-l. And next, we just have to follow the remaining steps. So what is my remaining step? We just have to generate the CSR. Before generates the CSR, we just have to install the certificate. So I'll just go and copy this certificate installation command. And I'll just exit from here. Let me exit from here. And I'll just paste it. So my certificate installation is completed. Now let me generate my CSR. So I will go here and generate my CSR. the lab, and now I go in the V shell and ls minus L, and I'll just run the more csr dot txt. So I will find the certificate. Now the certificate must be signed from the root CA for the final certificate. So I will just copy this command again, and I'll go on the root CA again. So this is my root CA. I will just copy this again. So I'm again in the signing mode. I will go in the root CA. I'll get the certificate copied, and I'll go in the root CA. I'll just paste it from here to here, and I'll just press enter and write to quit. So this has been done. So now I have the certificate. This is my granted certificate. This need to be again copied to my vEdge2. So I'll just use this command, and I'll go in the vEdge2 and I'll paste it. I'll put the enter. I'll go in the root CA. I will copy the certificate carefully. It is done. I will go in the vEdge2. I will paste it here and enter. The job has been done. We just have to request certificate to install. So I will just copy this. I will just paste it here. Everyone's sleeping. I know it's a boring repeated process, but be focused, right? We are done almost 9 certificate. So I will not going to bore too much. So let me just paste it. Okay. So now let me copy this certificate 1 and I'll paste it one more time. So one is going to be 9 serial, one is going to be 8 serial. And I will just copy this one carefully. This one paste. This one carefully I'll copy. And I will paste to this one. It's very important, guys. Please do it very carefully, okay? Any mistake lead to again your reconfiguration. So I'll just paste these two certificates, vEdge1 and 2, one go on this particular vManage, and also I will go and paste on the vSmart. Right? What next we have to do? We have done the certification. What next? For vEdge1 and vEdge2?
5 tuples.
5 tuples, the most important, guys. Very nice. 5 tuples. Let me do the 5 tuples configuration for the system-wide configuration. So let me go here in the configuration. Config T system-wide configuration. I have to go with the and define the host name. Right? This is my the vEdge1 site ID. Definitely it's a 100, not 100, 200. So 200. This is a 200 site ID. Both of the vEdge is going to be site ID 200. Organization name, it's a lab, right? System IP is going to be 10.200.0.1 for the one router. And vBond is 123.10.10. What? 11? Yes, 11, right?
11, sir.
So all done, 5 tuple done. Clear? So let me check the control connections. Show control connection. So we are done with the control connection. Only the vSmart is pending. Why it is pending? Because we have to tell to vSmart via the controller command, right? Let me go and do the same thing on the vEdge2 system configuration. And organization name, we have the lab. vBond, we have 123.10.10.11. Site ID, we have the 200. System IP, we have the 10.200.0.2. And
Host name, sir.
host name is like vEdge2, right? And let me commit. Let me check show control connections. This is also done. So guys, we successfully onboarded 4 vEdge router. Let me show you. It's really great job. So we have successfully onboarded the 4 vEdge router on the SD-WAN fabric, right? And you can see all are working. See, all are working. But there is no BFD, there is no IPsec connection. I'm discussing what is the BFD, what is IPsec connection. So I'm going to discuss those things also. But let me first complete that this configuration, that is my certificate. I will go and send to the controller. And then probably this will also form your connection to the vSmart. Just wait for a while. It will take few seconds. So OMP peers, why it's not coming? So this is ready. You can see VH2, VH1 also going to be ready. Yeah, it's also ready. So it take little bit time, but yes, we have the all control connections and that has been formed. So let's discuss something theoretically. Till here, anyone have any questions? I'm not going to onboard the CH and VH5 today because VH5 is going to onboarded via the MPLS, right? So we'll do tomorrow, right? How the MPLS BGP configuration is going to be happen, and we'll make the complete set of the BGP configuration, and then the MPLS is going to be also onboarded. But any questions regarding this onboarding process? Anyone have? Regarding this one, regarding this one, regarding this one and this one, all good? Shall I consider all okay from everyone till now? Yes, no, maybe. So bata do. Anyone?
Yes, sir. Okay.
All okay, right? Okay, so let me discuss something very important. So now I have one question. Now guys, tell me, if this vEdge want to talk to this vEdge, what type tunnel it is going to require?
IPsec.
IPsec,
Any other tunnel?
BFD.
BFD. Okay. So we have to understand how this IPsec tunnel, how the BFD is going to play a very vital role here. So okay, so let's discuss about that. So let me just explain all the tunnel type which is creating here, so you guys can understand one by one. So right now you can see in the vEdge point of view, this is going to form the TLS or DTLS based tunnel with the vSmart, right? With the vSmart, with the vBond and the vManage. vBond and vManage, sorry, vSmart and vBond, vSmart and vManage having the IP, right? But vBond nothing IP. It's a 0.0. Why? Because a temporary connection is going to create, so it will never show the IP address in this particular tunnels. But these are the permanent tunnels, so they are getting the system IP address, and these are system IP address of the vSmart and the vManage. Okay.
Vishal, hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Vishal bhai, may I know the age, means age of this temporary connection? Is there any?
The age of this temporary connection, I need to check the documentation. I need to check the timers, right? I just forgot the timers. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I need to check the document, how much time it is going to take.
Exactly.
But it's a very momentary. Once the onboarding is done, it's going to silently tear down the connections. Okay. And you can see these are the private IP, these are the public IP. So they are the same because we are using the public IP address, not private IP address, to end-to-end connectivity. So what is the private IP? The same is the public IP address showing here. So it's completely fine. There is no problem at all. Also showing that what is my peer port. So this is a port by default they're taking, and also saying the which kind of the color they are using and the state showing up and the state up time. So also you're saying the site ID. So you have this information for the TLS and DTLS tunnel connection. But what about the BFD, right? And the IPsec. Let me run this command. Show IPsec inbound connection. So you can see we have the IPsec connection also. Inbound connection and outbound connections. So this VH1 is creating the outbound connection, inbound connection with the site 3 and site 4. It's not creating the connection with the site 200, right? What I'm trying to make a point, let's understand. So we have the 1 vEdge, we have the 2 vEdge, we have the 3 vEdge, we have the 4 vEdge, right? And we have the iNet, means public internet. We connected this way, all. This is the site 3, this is the site 4, and these two are site 200. So when the tunnel is going to form, the IPsec tunnel between this is going to form, you can see. This is your IPsec tunnel. This is one IPsec tunnel. Another IPsec tunnel you are forming to this. This is again IPsec tunnel. So these two tunnel is showing, right? You can see this is the 1.9, 192, 1.3.3, and this is the 192.4.4. Okay, clear. But there is no tunnel between these two. Why? Anyone know the reason? If it is going to ask in the interview why there is no IPsec tunnel between the site 1 and site, means the router 1 and router 2. Technically, it should also form, right?
Yeah, sir. They are the same site ID, I think.
Yes, they are in the same site ID. This is the only reason, right? Any other? So guys, you have to take a note if the site ID is going to be same, right? In T-locks. So we have to understand what is a T-lock also. I'll explain what is a T-lock. T-lock having a 3 tuples, right? We have the, like you have the color, we have the encapsulation, and we have the site ID also. Let me show you the T-locks. So let me go here and show you the T-locks now. So T-lock is transport locator, right? So they configure the, like your encapsulation, your system IP, and your color, right? Not site ID. So T-lock having a 3 tuple, that is your just 3 parameter that is going to be used. And based on that, you just have to bring your, all the tunnels, basically whatever you want to build, right? So basically this system IP address is very important. The color is very important. Encapsulation is important. Site ID is just not going to exchange in the T-lock. The 3 tuple is system IP, color, and encapsulation. Based on that, you just have to bring any T-locks. I'll discuss what is a T-lock, how it is going to work, right? So 3 tuple is there. But if you want to bring the IPsec tunnel, right? And if the IPsec tunnel, even you can see they are going to create with the, some kind of that source port, destination port, and you have the system IP address, and they are just going to form the kind of the different secure connection. So if the same devices, same site want to build the any tunnel, they are not going to build by default. Why? Because we are the same LAN. So why they need the IPsec tunnel? They can talk internally via the LAN to LAN. So that is not required. So that's why IPsec tunnel is not there. By default, whenever you're going to create any SD-WAN fabric, you do not need to do any IPsec and BFD config. By default, it will established, right? You don't have to do any configuration. So see, we don't do any IPsec configuration. We don't do any kind of the other configuration. By default, it is just creating the tunnels. So why it is creating? Let me show you the default configuration. So whenever you just go and purchase the router, they have the default configuration. And if I just show you, we don't do any IPsec configuration. We don't do any kind of the, please mute Margina. So here you can see we have this kind of the configuration. This is the IPsec configuration. So you have the already authentication type, you have the hashing method, you have the encryption method. They all are already available. Based on that, your tunnels are going to be terminated. Another thing for the VFD also, let me show you. Show VFD session. this BFD session also initiated, right? And you can see this BFD session is up and working. So one thing you have to very much clear, IPsec is only going to up and working, even tunnel is going to be created, but only it is going to up and working if BFD is going to up and working. Because if BFD is down, that means your IPsec is also technically down. You're not going to do any kind of the communication. So once IPsec is going to create it between the branch to branch, BFD is going to automatically created under the IPsec tunnel. Understand? So if I have the vEdge router, this vEdge router want to talk to this vEdge router. So they first create the IPsec tunnel, right? And under the IPsec tunnel, they will create the BFD tunnel. But if BFD is down, right, your packet is not going to exchange for the IPsec. Communication is not going to happen. So BFD must be up. And why we use the BFD? BFD is used for the bi-directional forwarding detection, just for track your tunnel liveliness. Means whether my tunnel is up or down, this is going to track by your BFD. So basically, we have to use the path quality checks and tunnel liveliness detections, whether my tunnel is up or down. So if my tunnel is down, means BFD is down, that means there is no point to sending the packet to the one port to another, means one device to another device. Means your path is down. Your BFD is up, means your path is up. So that's why it's a very important, guys. In interview, it is going to be asked whether my BFD is down and IPsec is up. How can I check that? The simple answer is you have to always check your BFD status. If it is up, then only your IPsec is up. If it is down, then your IPsec also going to be down. Trust me. This is how it is going to be happen. I'll show you in the tomorrow class how the MPLS and internet is going to create the cross tunnel communication, and their BFD will be the down, but IPsec will be the up. So you guys will understand that. Okay. So let me just put some more lights on the BFD. So you can see each router, vEdge router send the BFD hello packet for the path quality and the liveness directions. And based on that echo packet, right, means reply is going to come from the remote site, and they keep sending in the some interval, right? And they keep monitoring how many packets I have sent in the which interval and how many losses has been happened. And based on that, they make some logic and they declare whether this path is right or wrong, and based on that they will declare this liveliness is okay or not. So that's why BFD is going to be used, and this is also help to monitor for the SLA, right? Which path having how much loss, how much less latency. So BFD is also going to play a very vital role to just gather all the information. So that's why BFD here is going to be used. Clear about the BFD? Any question on the BFD, guys? No, right? All okay? Dipendra, you want to say something? All okay?
Oh, yes, sir. All okay.
Okay. So let me quickly summarize it. BFD is bidirectional forwarding. Okay. It's a kind of the critical protocol which is going to use in the SD-WAN, and this only having a responsibility to detect fast any kind of the link failure, any kind of the loss latency, which is going to happen within the network devices. It's going to play a very essential role to maintain the stability and reliability of your tunnels, and quickly it will report to administrator like this link has been down. Not administrator, it is going to report internally, we manage, or like the controller or VH. You have to switch back traffic to another device, means another link, not device. So rapid failure detection is going to be happen based on the BFD. You can do the tunnel monitoring, you can do the path SLA monitoring, right? You can see this is the path SLA monitoring. This all you can do that with the help of the BFD. Also, it is just going to make sure whether my tunnel BFD is down or up. Based on that, you can identify whether my IPsec up or down. Okay. So this is all about BFD. Now let's discuss last topic for the T-lock, right? What is the T-lock and why you use the T-lock? Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm just opening one document. Okay, leave it. No need to worry. So probably I have this documentation here in this. Okay, so you can see a lot of terminologies here. So let's transport locator. TLOC is transport locator, and this TLOC having a 3 tuples. Okay, the first tuple TLOC. The first tuple is your system IP. The second tuple is your color. And third tuple your is encapsulation. So these are the 3 tuples for TLOC, and based on these 3 tuples, TLOC is going to be unique. So TLOC is transport locator. That is basically full form of TLOC. And it's the fundamental concept of the Cisco SD-WAN that is going to represent your uniqueness of unit transport. Means, let's suppose this is a router. This router have 2 transport. So how this router will come to know which transport is going to belong to the which ISP and where their uniqueness. So one thing we know that if this is the MPLS circuit, so we use the color as the MPLS, right? And this is also for the internet. But let's suppose I want to make sure like 3 things which is going to very common, that is their system IP, their color and their encapsulation. Then only my transport is unique in my network, because I have the 2 routers, might be they are having the similar kind of transport, similar kind of color, but system IP could be always changed. So it is going to act as an attribute, and it will help to remote side also to understand which router actually origination point of this particular prefix or particular route. So this is going to act, TLOC is going to act as a similar to the BGP next hop. It is just going to act as a similar to the BGP next hop. BGP next hop protocol, and based on that, they are going to make the routing reachability. So that's why it's known as the representing to the transport path that is connecting to the different SD-WAN devices, which is your vEdge or CEdge router on the SD-WAN fabric. It is basically uniquely identify different transport like MPLS, broadband, LTE, internet, and they are going to provide the next of reachability of any route for the any remote branch location, right? So this is a TLOC. And what is the benefits of the TLOC? That also we have to understand. Let me, okay, why it is not working? So if I want to understand the like why basically we use the TLOC. So TLOC basically it's we want to do the path selection, path identification. So based on these 3 attributes, we can do that. If you want to do the policy based routing, we can do that. If you want to do any kind of load balancing, that is also possible. We can do that. We want to do any kind of the overlay network formations, right? It is also going to use, because without TLOC, you cannot form the IPsec and any BFD tunnels. And also it is going to help like identify different transport. So in short summary, it is just identification of the transport, making the BGP next hop similar route table, so that remote side is going to know about where the route is coming. So I believe that's all for today, guys. Any other question, please ask me. Else, I believe it's too much for today. We can continue from tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. We're all good.
Nothing from my side.
Good. So let's conclude here. Okay, we connect tomorrow and we'll continue from here for the MPLS, how it is going to be onboarded. And I'll try to explain few more things, guys, like how this VFD and IPsec is going to make the contradictory output, and it looks like the up, but it is technically going to be down. So thank you so much. Let's connect tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.